Suburban Prepper. Now's not the time for unification. Now's not the time for goodwill towards others. It's a time for something else. Now's not the time to come and sing Kumbaya and hold hands. It's time for something else. A man just exercising his free speech across the nation, shot in the neck and dead. What the hell is that? And why is it always a left-wing lunatic assassinates a right-wing speaker, conservative? Probably going to lose people from my channel for going this way. I don't care. That's it. What's the alternative? Who are the targets? What's going to happen next? Does anybody have any idea? A man of 2 children, a married man, 2 children, dead for just expressing his political views. That's how the left likes freedom of democracy, freedom of speech, only if they like what you got to say. That's how they tolerate you. That's how they'll come to terms and tell us to make peace with one another. And then there's at least the leftists that are vile and express their hatred and celebrate this man's death. Those are obviously vitriol people, but at least you know who they are. They're brave enough to post these comments online, brave enough to track them down. If they say anything too vile, let the authorities handle it, which they won't anyway. But there are some vile, wicked people in this country. And it comes from the left. To just shoot a man just for expressing his opinion, his popular opinion, just because you disagree with it. They tried under Clinton, they tried to suppress free speech with that radio act that they tried to pass. Didn't work. I'm just stunned. I'm just stunned. I can't. World War I started like this, in a way. What's going to happen next? Do you have any idea? And myself, I have the same vitriol towards left-wing people. Why not? They have it toward us. Why do I need to turn the other cheek? That's not the biblical quote. Something's going to happen. Something far worse is going to happen. Notice no right-wing person is talking about or threatening anybody, and they shouldn't. But something is going to happen. The left now will talk about gun control. You see, you got one of your own people killed in the name of your free speech and your Second Amendment. In Utah of all places. I guess Utah isn't a basket of conservatism. Their colleges and universities are just as vile as everywhere else. It's funny how the Communist Manifesto infiltrated our educational system at the college level and at the high school level, elementary level, and we cause our public education to be vitriol to our kids. And so our kids start going to college and they get vitriol with this message that they hate anyone that disagrees with them or anyone that votes differently than them. They love this left-wing message of vitriol and hatred. They tried to assassinate Trump. They killed Charlie Kirk. Who's next? And what can we do to prevent it? What the hell can we do to prevent it? I don't want to say anything to get me in trouble. I'm entitled to my thoughts. I don't recommend violence publicly on the air or anything like that. But I will call out people that make vile comments, that make harsh comments about the death of somebody. It's always the left-wingers that rejoice in the death of someone they're opposed to. These people are rejoicing in their death, in Charlie Kirk's death. I don't rejoice in anybody being assassinated. I don't care. That's not the way our nation's supposed to be. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's time that we expunge some things. They asked for it. Maybe they're going to get it. I remember one time at the gun range, couple of years ago, 10 years ago, some Antifa people were at the gun range trying to learn how to pew pew. And this one guy was an idiot. The barrel was jammed or something with his AK-47, of course. And he had the round face, the gun facing him like that, trying to figure out this. God forbid. Well, I guess not. He probably didn't believe in a God. I still wouldn't want to see somebody go like that for their stupidity. I didn't offer to help them. How do I know they were Antifa? Because they had the shirts on. And they had this BLM stuff on. Groups of them. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we form some groups. I don't know. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with you people who rejoiced in the death of Charlie Kirk. I'm disgusted. How you could celebrate a young man in his 30s, late 20s, born in 93, so 30-something, I guess. Life just taken away from him. Vile hatred. What retribution can we have? What retribution can we have? I don't know. I'm not in the retribution business anymore. What are they teaching these kids at these college campuses? What are they brainwashing these kids? Maybe some of these teachers should be rounded up and sent to prison for these extreme points of view. How's that for retribution? Let's do what the Communist Manifesto said to do, to kill democracy, to kill freedom. Let's round up the teachers and put them in some prisons, and that way their message will never be heard. That's the solution. I don't know, but there's got to be something that's going to happen. I don't know. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with America right now. I'm disgusted with the rest of the world. How they can celebrate the death of someone exercising his free speech on public campuses. And I've watched there's good exchange between left and right. And you can tell who the leftists are. They're very vile. Their hair is usually colored pink. And they have these presumptions about us. And we will correct their presumptions, but they still go on wanting to believe what they want to believe. Why is it that the left wants to destroy our nation? What do they want to rebuild after that? What are their plans? Maybe we need to bring in some members of Congress who are on the left and figure that out. Maybe. Maybe we need to bring in some governors and figure out what are they trying to do. Maybe. I don't know. Why are the left so opposed? Why is Pritzker so opposed to sending in some troops to help clean up the city that used to be once a marvel? Now it's a piece of shit. The mayor is a piece of shit of Chicago. The city is disgusting. Why? Left-wing policies and the people that vote for him, that live there. It's true. They're disgusting. And I'm beyond mad. This is not happy prepper, suburban prepper talk today. This is angry suburban prepper talk today. And I'm disgusted, and I feel like throwing up in the back of my throat when I heard about the death of this man shot in the neck for expressing his free speech. That's how they like to suppress your speech. They'll kill you. Think about it. The left will kill you if you want to express your free speech. They spent 4 years trying to get Trump, trying to do whatever they could to get Trump. And then they attacked any of his supporters, any of his voters. And this is a continuation of this. When is the right going to wake up and realize these are not our friends? These are not our allies. We cannot prep with these people. We cannot rely on them. They are the enemy. You can't let these people in your house. You can't break bread with these people. They need to be treated as such. Shunned. Half the country, more than half the country voted for Trump. Yeah, he's got his problems. Got it. Check. Mate. Got it. But yet, the media, the left-wing media, every news report that they ever make out, it's always geared towards hatred, vile hatred towards anyone conservative, anything conservative. And it's the vitriol from the media. That's another thing. And they rejoice in the suffering of conservatives. They rejoice in any time somebody says something and it comes back to bite them. They rejoice in that. Charlie Kirk's comments about AR rifles and whatever. They rejoice and they just throw that online. Haha, it happened to you. Man, Two children will be fatherless now because of some ideology. It's time to expunge this left-wing ideology. What else can we do? I don't know. But I know what we will do. We will do nothing, as usual. We will do nothing. Nothing is going to happen. We'll continue to pray. We'll continue to walk timidly. We'll continue to we won't protest. We won't demand justice. We won't do anything. As much as I find the left vitriol and hatred, I got to admire their ability to find some people, hire them, pay them some whatever, and go to these places and protest. I got to admire that. The message that they're giving. I got to admire it. I hate the message. I hate their messengers. And I hate the media that carries the message. They're all working in cahoots. But I got to admire the way they do it. I got to admire that about them. They know how to spread hate. They know how to spread fear. They know how to destroy their own damn towns in the name of justice or mostly peaceful protesters. They're good at that. But conservatives aren't that stupid. We're not going to burn down our own towns in the name of ideology. But something's going to happen. Charlie Kirk was a mesmerizing figure. I would just watch his videos and his answers to questions. And he's just an average man with a strong intellect, and he knew how to talk, and he knew the books. Didn't go to college. College is overrated. Yeah, I went to college. But I don't have some degree in basket weaving. And I studied in college hard every time I went. I either passed a class or, well, I passed every class. I wouldn't be here. The vitriol just disgusts me. It brings a tear to my eye. I want revenge. Who do I get revenge on? I can't. We can be like the left and start burning things down for revenge. Do they want that? Do they want that? The problem is so many conservatives are such cowards to do anything, to say anything, because they just want to fit in, or they want to make peace with the left wings. You can't. The time for peace has stopped. There is no more peace. The camel's back has been broken, folks. The camel's gone. It's over. I'm sick of the vitriol of the left. I can't believe it. I hope they do capture the assassin and the team that was behind it. Something tells me, though, that assassin is probably already gone. Shoot the shooter kind of thing. You know, that's what they did with Kennedy. Yet we do nothing. We're going to twiddle our thumbs, have our thumbs up our butts, not going to do anything. We're going to post on social media all the bullshit that means nothing. We're not going to talk about it, are we? We don't want to offend them. We don't want to hurt their feelings because of what they did to one of ours. But we can't do anything to them. Something's going to happen, folks. I don't want it to happen, but they have crossed the line. They have crossed the line, and the line has been crossed, and it cannot be uncrossed. No, I'm not going to say anything on here that will get me banned or anything like that. I'm not stupid. Okay. I know my limitations here. I know what I can feel, and I'm entitled to what I feel, but I'm not going to call out anything like that at all. I won't say that. Well, of course it was pre-planned. Nobody just goes and does something out of whim, an event like that. They probably trained up for it too. I don't know what you're going to find with the casing, if they could even find it. Well, there's some rounds that you don't use. The casing gets collected when a revolver, for example. It's disgusting, folks. And if anybody is celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, you don't need to be on my channel. I don't want you. I usually don't get very political. I don't hide who I am as a conservative. I feel disgust. I feel disgust for anyone that is associated with these people. By separation, I don't care. I feel disgust. If you voted for anyone on the left, you disgust me. How about that? You disgust me. If they want a civil war, that's how they're going to get it. I don't know what Trump's going to do. There's not that much that he can do, really. It's a hate crime, that's for sure. Taking somebody out for what they believe is a hate crime. Isn't all crime a hate, though? Think about it. It's not just racially motivated. Ideological motivation. That's a hate crime. And their sympathizers, that's a hate crime. And they mock the people that showed up at the event. Of course they're going to run away. Your instinct is to run away. They're defenseless. They're in a public setting where they're not even allowed to carry firearms. Think about it. Your school doesn't let you carry guns, does it? No. It's all about the First and the Second Amendment, folks. That's what it's all about. There's no glamour in it. There's no glory. There's no heroism. It's vitriol. It's hatred. It's regurgitation of Satan. It's satanic. That's who we're fighting against. That's at least my opinion. The mention of God makes some people sick. They're vitriol. The mention of a nuclear family makes some people sick. That's vitriol. Any mention of your culture, from Northern Europe to Southern Europe, and they consider that a hate crime when you talk about it. There, what month is there that celebrates Northern European culture? Tell me. What month is there that celebrates Southern European culture? Tell me. What month is there that celebrates the Slavic slash Armenian culture? Tell me. There isn't, is there? There's just vitriol and there's just hatred. That's all there is. It's not time for forgiveness. It's not time for kumbaya. It's not time for that. And I don't know if that time will ever come. I don't know if that time will ever come in my lifetime. It's disgusting. Well, what are you going to do? I don't know what they're going to do. But a man is gone for expressing his opinion. They got a martyr. They didn't ask for one. And martyrs motivate people. Okay? We got the conservatives have a martyr now. A real martyr. Not some guy that, yeah, forget it. I'm not going to even say what the left, what their martyr is, who their thug martyr is, the crimes that he was doing while he was stopped. Our martyr was expressing his free speech and allowing others to express their free speech. And he was executed for that. That's a martyr. And I feel for his family. I feel for his family. And I hope they get the vengeance that they deserve. It's not time for forgiveness. You someone commits a crime like that, it's not ungodly to seek punishment for that crime. Thou shalt not commit murder. Not thou shalt not kill. Killing someone, committing murder. It's committing murder. Murdering somebody is a, yeah, the death penalty should apply. That's the crime somebody needs to face. Odds are they're gone already. I'm going to have acid reflux. I know this. I'm disgusted. And I know what's going to happen tomorrow at work. Some of my patients are going to come in who don't know my political beliefs because I leave that out of the office. And my dark skin as half Greek, that fools some people. They don't realize how much of a conservative I really am. Maybe with a little bit of libertarian leanings and a Judeo-Christian Catholic background. And I don't stray from my beliefs. No, no. Vengefulness is not evil. Justice is seeking vengeance for justice is not immoral. Who the hell made these stupid moral clauses? Yeah, it's time to seek vengeance, a vengeance, whatever. The thing is, these kids, these college students, these millennials, whatever the hell they are, they're just brainwashed, and they're celebrating. They want to celebrate the death of somebody who thought differently than them. I'm back. It was a spam. For a minute, I thought it was me calling myself. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm back, folks. I thought maybe somebody from an agency of a three-letter agency didn't like what I had to say and cut in. I don't know. I'm a little paranoid. Yeah, okay. Well, they might be headed by people on our side, but they're still three-letter agencies, and I will never trust them. Why? Because they were meant to. The FBI. The only purpose of the FBI is to oppress the citizens. That's all it is. I don't understand why it even still exists. Deploy those resources at the state levels. It's so simple. The state agents are already there. But I'm not going to talk about statism today. Or maybe I should. I don't know. Am I an American? Of course I'm an American. I serve this country. I love my country. I don't love its people. I don't love half its ideology because they're hateful. And the thing is, they think they're good by hating us because of our ideology. So basically, we have two groups of people that honestly just hate each other. And I know that they hate us. Why? Well, I let my patients just ramble on about what they think. I don't say anything. But it gives me some good intelligence that I wouldn't get otherwise. To understand the mind of a leftist. It's a warped mind. It's a warped mind, folks. You're disgusting. Who ran for office last time? Was it Hillary? I don't remember because they were nobody. Whoever it was. No, Kamala. Yeah, disgusting. She represented the best that the Democrats had to offer because poor Joe Biden has dementia. It was given to her. The Democrats didn't even have an election process. It was given to her. Of course, she accepted the nomination. Here's the thing, though. When she didn't pick the governor of Virginia, he was a moderate Democrat, if there is such a thing. She lost the election. I'm not stupid. No, I'm not going to say anything like that. Get myself in trouble. It's okay, though. It's okay to have your opinion. Am I a coward for not just saying what needs to be said? Yeah, there's a place and a time for saying what needs to be said. Going on YouTube, doing a live stream is not the place. The right now, what can you conservatives do? Use your words. Use your words. Don't go to these public schools. Use your wallets. Use your wallets. Write letters to your Congress people, your senators, your governors. Tell them your disgust. Let's use the powers that we have that are peaceful. Oh, it's psychological warfare, folks. It's psychological warfare. It's a PSYOPs mission, okay? Yeah, he was really shot. It's not some CGI bull stuff that some of these. No, he's gone. Let's use our words, folks. Let's use our words. Let's not use our freedom seeds, okay? Let's just use our words. You need to vote. You need to vote for the people that represent what you believe, not what you feel. There's a difference between a Democrat and a Republican. A Democrat votes how they feel. A Republican votes for what's right. Cut and simple. Simple and dry. It's just that simple. I don't know how to say it. The vile hate, and I know this hatred that they have. It's so vile. It's up here in the Chicago area. It's up here. They hate Trump. They hate him with a passion. Why? Because they were told to. They were told to hate him, that he's the bad guy now. They didn't hate him when he had a TV show. They didn't hate him when he built hotels and employed these people. But now they hate him because they're told to, because the media told to, because their governor told them to, because their senators told them to. It makes no sense to get violent against somebody who's done nothing other than have a different political belief. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because that's still a crime. Man's entitled to their political belief. Okay? We're not there yet. We're not there yet. They want draconian law. That's what they want. They want us to instill some type of Marshall Plan. So once they take away those rights, guess what? The left will take power, and you'll never get the rights back. They've done it in Chicago. They've taken away the firearms of honest, good people, and they brainwashed them to think that they're going to be protected. In the meantime, they let the drug lords, the warlords, the gangbangers have free reign. That's why Trump's putting the guard in Chicago, putting the crackdown on that, putting the crackdown on it. It's all related. Because they believe in their own hatred so much that to them, taking out a life is just part of the deal. I know I'm going to lose a lot of friends on here. I don't care. Well, maybe I'll make some more friends. Call it an expunging. I don't care. What's this got to do with prepping? Social unrest has a lot to do with prepping. Okay? It causes chaos. Prepare against chaos. It has everything to do with prepping. No, it's not about being violent. Well, these people in Chicago, to them, it's nothing to hate. It's vitriol. It's normal for them to hate. Maybe we should close the border between Illinois and Indiana. Maybe we should. That's an idea. Someone's trash, of course, spewed out. I'm sure it was an Illinois driver. Used to just let their trash out because they always do it. They treat our roads here like shit. Yeah, I'm driving home. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't know. Anyone know if they found the real killer? It's like You know they have tons of cameras there. These guys record everything. But a lot of the vitriol left won't turn in that as evidence to help capture this guy. Why? Because they are vitriol. They're haters. They hate. They came to see this. They wanted this to happen. They got their wish. And they created a martyr. I was not saying the word right earlier. Martyr. Congratulations, left. We have our martyr for the next 100 years. And he will not be forgotten. So I look at people now. I look at them with vitriol. I'm entitled to not like you for what you believe. Who says I have to like you for what you believe? Who says I have to respect your pronoun? I'm tired of that. That could be your pronoun. I don't have to acknowledge it. These people are so farly brainwashed that they think that a man could be a woman and a woman could be a man. And it's acceptable to have a man in a woman's locker room and playing a woman's sport. They think that's acceptable. Here's the funny part. Most of these WNBA players, a lot of them have a homosexual preference, right? That's fine. I don't care what your preference is. But yet, you put a man in their sport who pretends to be a woman. What's that saying about you as a pro-woman sport company? Your vitriol, your hatred. No amount of hormones, and yeah, those hormones, folks, that they give these kids to transgender, your brain doesn't develop till you're age 28. Okay? It's not fully developed. You give these kids these hormones, they get psychotic. They're already psychotic because they think they're the different gender. I wonder if the shooter was. I don't even like to call them transgendered. You know what I like to call them, folks? I call them what they are. They're transvestites. That's who it is. And if that's the lifestyle you want to live, God bless you. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't believe in a God. No. That's why I could never have a leftist in my prepper group. I don't want to support their ideology. I don't want their ideology to survive. You become a member of my prepper group. If you have that ideology, go with a group of preppers that have that ideology. Or maybe I should leave. That's why it's called a mutual assistance group. You have to discuss those things. What your tolerance is of their leftism. Anyone that supports this, anyone that supports executing an innocent man, expressing his opinion, anyone that wrote something derogatory in favor of this, I hope they burn in hell. I hope they burn in hell. I would never wish this on anybody. I would never wish this on a man if I disagreed with his political beliefs. Why? I am not filled with vitriol. I do not have hatred. I am filled with love. I'm entitled to my opinions. And I realize my opinions don't mean anything if they violate your rights. Whereas on the left, if your opinion disagrees with their opinion, you're violating They have the right to violate your rights. That's where the hypocrisy is. It's disgusting. These people are disgusting. No, they're not animals. Animals only do things for survival. Calling them an animal is, they're not even worthy of being an animal. No animal just kills for fun or for thinking differently. They kill for survival. They're not even worthy of being called an animal. Yeah, that probably are Satanists in the truest fashion of the word. They adore Satan. I'm disgusted with them. I'm disgusted with the whole lot. I know this guy in front of me is one of those people. Yeah, I'm a slow driver. I don't care. Oh, we got someone with Illinois plates behind us. I'm going to just do the speed limit. Don't worry. It's okay. How can you not be disgusted by these people? So, Trump is doing the right thing to get these illegal criminals out of the nation, out of the country. They're sucking up all our resources. I don't care if the prices go up. It's time, folks. Something is going to happen. Something has happened. 9/10/2025. Right next to 9/11/2021. 2001. Yeah, it's been a long time. So what's next? What's next, folks? Who's the next target? Who's their next target? Well, are they trying to scare us and not speaking out? Is that what they're trying to do? They're just like the Nazis. They're just like the communists. They want to oppress your speech. Well, first of all, there's states where they've taken away their gun rights, so they can't practice their Second Amendment. They can't practice their First Amendment because they can't back it up with the Second Amendment. But they know that. That's why those were put in there. They know that. So slowly take away the Constitution, the amendments, just calling it a piece of paper over there. That's all they're good for. Yeah, I'm disgusted. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, folks. I do know that I'm sick of these people half parking on the streets. I hope they look. Please look. Hi. Just going to go over here. And plop. Well, this is Suburban Prepper. I think I've said my piece. I don't know if I said enough. I hate those kids. Oh, God, the fat kids are playing basketball. God forbid. Well, he's not moving around much. The skinny one's playing. The fat one is just sort of standing there. Got a fat kid for a neighbor. He's so fat that he uses an e-bike that he doesn't even pedal. All the other kids don't have an e-bike and they're pedaling their bicycles and they're skinny. Why? Because they're using their energy. There's a young kid playing at their basketball skinny, making the baskets, and the fat kid is just moaning and groaning. I'll shut up.